Citizen U presents UFO, where you find out.
We're the two teachers, and today we're going to help you plan it. We're going to look at the second planet of preparing for your American government and politics exam, that being the concept of federalism.
Andy, we're shooting for the stars. We want each and every one of you students out there to do your very best, and you need to focus on each star appropriately. Today's star is federalism, Andy. It's a unique experiment here in America where they divided power between national, state, and local governments. Sovereignty is split.
Remember, in that very first form of government, the Articles of Confederation, the states were particularly sovereign. They had so much power in those regional governments with a very weak central government. Our Constitution made a much stronger central government, but gave distinct powers to state and local governments.
Andy, I suppose you could say federalism was a bit of a compromise. The states were not about to hand over all sovereignty to a new, untried central government. These 13 original states, after all, had been in power for a long, long time. They weren't about to forfeit their power and rights. So federalism became a bit of a compromise.
And it's really protected and enshrined in the last of the Bill of Rights, the last amendment of the Bill of Rights being the 10th Amendment, which reserves powers to state governments.
Andy, federalism has taken on, however, some bonus that we probably didn't even know about when it was first created. For me, one of those bonuses of federalism is that it allows the states to serve as laboratories of democracy. Most governments, when they enact policy, are doing so for the first time. They don't know if it works, they don't know what the consequences will be, but in a federal form of government, individual states can practice such new policies, and if they work at the local level, they just might work better at the national level. Healthcare would be an example.
Well, we've seen that time and again. A classic example of that is women's suffrage. The idea that before there was even a 19th Amendment giving a national right to vote to women, states were experimenting with this, including the first state that gave women's suffrage, that being Wyoming.
Federalism is also a means by which we protect individual liberty. That fear of a strong central government is always held in check by 50 respective states and really countless respective local governments and county governments and mayors and so on. Andy, it's kind of unique and kind of crazy to think about it, but the more government we have, the more limited our government actually is.
And certainly on that note, federalism has led to some of our greatest controversies in our country's history in terms of how does government deal with the issue of slavery? Or how did government deal with the issue of racial civil rights, where some states were really dragging their feet on equality? Or more recently, how states have been laboratories for more equality in terms of gay rights.
Andy, we've been looking at our federalism planet. This is UFO, where you find out.
Today, you found out about that second planet, the concept of federalism.
We're the two teachers, no fancy words.
No fancy suits.
Plain talk about issues you need to know.
Just in time.